Hello everyone, thank you for your patience. It's been a bit of a wild day at a PSN, but we were never going to leave you short. We're just playing a little bit hard to get when it comes to our watch along for the Sixers game. We join the action at the end of quarter one. Sixers getting off to a relatively strong start here. We've got myself, Liam Jenkins, our lead Sixers writer, Zach, with us as well to break down all the action. 2K Legends in. Zach, what have you seen so far in the first quarter? I mean, they went into it, was it 26-25 lead, right?
Yeah, it was a 26-25 lead, Philly up by one. It was really encouraging offensive quarter, or at least it would be if it wasn't for the 7 turnovers in the first quarter. The team looked sharp. Embiid, he was hitting all his shots, but it's not going to mean anything if they can't hold on to the ball. They had a chance to really get out on a good lead, and they squandered it by just throwing the ball away.
Is that not just kind of been the ultimate sort of synopsis for the Sixers for the last couple of years, though, right? Just turnovers have always been that Achilles heel.
Yeah, I mean, it's like trust the process, and then right there is turnovers. That's really just the whole model behind the team. So it's something that hopefully will be ending soon, but likely not until the offseason, when probably a couple of changes are made.
Yeah, definitely. Tariq says he was waiting for us. Man, I'm sorry to keep you guys waiting. It's just been a chaotic day. I've now got a video coming after this. So we've got Twips coming as soon as this game's done. We've got this stream. We got content plan. We got you guys covered. It's just been a bit of a manic few hours. What's up, 2K Legend, man? Hope you're doing well. Jared says we stand the hustle, and that's what we need to see from this Sixers team. It's 27-27 at the moment. Horford's on the floor, which doesn't fill me with great confidence. I mean, is he been okay so far? Because obviously I've missed it trying to sort the video.
So far. He's looked solid so far. He's not exactly going. He's never been a scoring machine. What I will say is that he's doing the small things. He's passing well. He's setting screens, playing solid defense. Most importantly, he's giving Jaylen Brown some problems on the other end. If he can do that and keep drawing fouls, then that's his job. It's not necessarily to go off for 20.
It just is a little bit scary. Like, so you're seeing, I guess I'm a few seconds ahead of you by a little bit, but the Sixers defense with this lineup, having Embiid, having Horford, having Thibault all on the court at the same time, like, there's very little that, at least I guess on the first couple minutes here, that the Celtics are able to do from within the paint, which is sort of what's always been the problem with Horford on the other side. So seeing this kind of defense in comparison to recent games is encouraging.
It really is. The thing that kind of scares me, though, is that it makes me think for a second that Horford can work on this team long term. Which I just think is the most dangerous thing about that. But they really do look sharp. Their rotations are quick. Even typical minus defenders like Alec Burks and freaking corkmaz to a much lesser degree. They're looking solid defensively just because of the scheme and the anchorage with Embiid and Horford.
Yeah, Justin says he's made it. Zek's in the chat as well. Love you guys. Frank, welcome back, man. He says, hey, Liam, I think the Sixers will win this series. Most think Boston. I think the Sixers because of their height and rebounding. And that's kind of been the tale of the tape so far, at least from what I've seen. I mean, Horford's looked... I mean, I don't know what he was doing there. He's just sort of launched the ball at a Celtics player. But, I mean, apart from that, he's, he's not looked too bad at the start of the second quarter. But, again, I think that the problem with the Sixers, especially over a series like this, is going to be attrition. Like, without Ben Simmons, they've got to keep that energy up the whole game. And we know that other teams don't struggle with that as bad, especially when those turnovers start knocking and the errors become a little bit more prone. So, it will be interesting to see how the Sixers can deal with this. But, again, a slightly more defensive lineup on the floor at the moment. Well, that looked like it could have been a 3 opportunity, but you take them. You take them. That's nice. Tobias Harris making his presence felt nice and early, so that's always good. Jordy says, let's go Celtics. Oh, no, we've got a traitor in our midst. That's not good. Oh, no, that's a Steve type lick.
I knew I didn't like Jordy. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
Zek says, I know nothing of the NBA playoffs. If we win this series of games, what happens after that? You get another series of games. It's like Christmas. If you like series of games, this is the ultimate playoff for you. So, essentially, after this is, what, 2 more rounds until the finals?
So, we have the first round, obviously, here. Then you have the conference semis, which is the second round, conference finals, the third, and then the NBA finals, which is when the Eastern and the Western conferences would meet up, one team each.
Gotcha. That's the one I was looking for. We know, Jordy. We're only messing, mate. Jared says, did I remember to not bet and watch the stream? Yeah, but I had a free bet today, so I just put it on some random baseball thing. So, you know, the bookies are nice over here. They give you little freebies after a while, so we can watch the game. All lovely. Without ad breaks, which is I just didn't realise until yesterday that I didn't have to deposit in order to watch it. So, could have learned that a year ago. Would have saved me a lot of money. But, you know.
Well, you also could have made better bets, but...
Yeah, that's the other way of looking at it. I don't know, why am I getting a montage of corkmaz at the moment? As in, like, a season-long montage of corkmaz. This is odd.
I don't know. This is last game with the Sixers, maybe? I'm not quite sure.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
He really put a sour taste in my mouth where he had a very bad turnover followed by a bad attempt at taking a charge, and it's not been the freaking corkmaz game so far, I can tell you that.
Was corkmaz the same one that was angry at the Sixers and demanded that he got out of the team last year and then came back, and was that the other thing?
Yeah, he requested a trade last year. He's not the only deep bench player to feel that way. Kylo Quinn demanded a trade this year as well. But they're both still with the team. So corkmaz became a free agent after that year, and there was no noise around him, so he ended up just taking a minimum deal with the Sixers. So he's here for this year and next year. Maybe as a trade piece. We'll see.
You never know. Zach says he gets to watch the game on Sundays. It's on Sky. That's the content we love to see. We need more Ollie content. I don't know where Ollie Kemp is tonight. He's letting us down. He was buzzing for that, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll pop around at some point. DTX Stream says hi. We say hello. It's going to be an intriguing series, this one. I know that there's a mixed emotion around fans. So one thing we don't have a mixed emotion with is that the new hat that you're rocking, Zach? Because it looks very good.
That is.
Big fan.
That is. Thank you. I needed something in Sixers blue and just found it on the OC boardwalk, and here we are.
Love that. Absolutely brilliant. So we're about to get back underway in a little bit here. So it's 33-32 to the Sixers at the moment. It's been they've started as they've meant to go on. So we're around approaching the halfway mark of the second period, but I don't know. There's just that. I guess, is it normal to have an ever-looming anxiety with this team that it's all just going to come crashing down eventually, or is this new? I can't quite work it out.
That's Philadelphia sports.
Gotcha.
That's not even just a team. That's just got everything. But you know, the Sixers especially. The one thing that really kind of adds to that is that their offense has been clicking again, except for the turnovers. Their shots have been falling at a great rate, which is something that you know is not going to keep up. So that's the real kind of anchor you're waiting to fall.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm intrigued to see what Joel Embiid can do tonight as well, after getting probably a few too many minutes last game than many of us would have liked to see. But he's definitely started out cooking it the way he means to go on. So game's back underway, and we'll see who comes out swinging first for this phase of play. Philadelphia Sports and Charlton are alike, mate. They are honestly two peas in a pod. I'm telling you, there's a reason that I ended up choosing Philly. I think I just low-key was like, this is going to break my heart. We might as well have to full send and make a hobby around it and bring as many people down with us as we can.
Yeah, kind of back to what you were saying about Joel Embiid for a second. He really has had a strong start. 12 points in 14 minutes, 5 of 6 on the floor. He was 5 of 5 at the end of the first quarter. So we're only about 4.5 minutes in, but one shot is not enough in that time, because you're going to need to get the most out of him while he's on the court, because you talked about exhaustion earlier. If there's one prime candidate for really that, it's Embiid. So you just want to make sure that you're getting the most out of him while he's in. Nice Harris with a nice fadeaway.
I think J Rich just you'll see something in a minute, and I want to see your reaction, because anytime that happens, it doesn't
sound like it's good. Okay,
it just gives me the fear. There is something about that kind of thing that just genuinely gives me the fear.
Is it Kemba Walker with a wide open jump shot? Because that's what I just saw.
No, but I mean that will give me the fear as well. I don't know how far ahead or behind that. What second are you at?
I'm at 6:50.
Oh, okay, yes, you should see it in a little sec.
Oh, Ooh. Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, that scares me.
I felt that before too, and the thing is, like, you know, you hear I've never had that kind of non-contact injury, thankfully, but that slip has happened before.
Yeah.
And you always hear that, you know, like, you don't know quite how you feel about it and everything like that, so you always are just a little afraid, even when it's yourself. Just stand still and kind of take inventory, see how everything is.
Yeah, it's just it's a scary moment, but okay, yeah, Celtics.
But he got up and he's fine, so that's happy. Up to 11 turnovers, I think it counts at.
we should have bet the over then on that one. That was where I should have put this free bet tonight.
At this rate, we're looking at what, 30?
Jesus. Not good.
Tobias Harris has looked slow tonight. He's hitting a couple nice shots, but his passes are not crisp. And I mean, Tatum straight up slipped while guarding him, and he did not take advantage of it.
Nah, not at all. Zach says, glad I chose Philly too. Finding another Charlton fan who also follows Philly sports teams was awesome. Then I saw on Twitter, I was well pleased. Then I found others such as Kemp, been great. Aw, we stand the wholesome content. Sixers v Celtics, more like Sixers will mud the Celtics. I hope so, T-Gray. I hope so. Score right now is 41-35 to Boston after Jason Tatum started doing a few Jason Tatum things. And just extending that lead a little bit. But yeah, I've only been watching the game for half a quarter and the turnovers are already haunting me. So if this has been a theme since the start, and like you said, there's been 11 of them, then, oh God, could be a... I just don't understand how it doesn't get... Like, how do you work on that from a coaching standpoint? Because that's really hard with basketball, surely.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways, because there's a lot of different ways to turn the ball over. You know, you're talking about something silly like defensive 3 and 8 seconds, then you're working on rotation drills. But if you're talking more so about you don't know where the other team is, you did a lot with Al Horford, that pass you were talking about earlier, where he pretty much just pegged the Celtic with the ball. I mean, there's really not a whole lot that you can do except for work specifically one-on-one with that player for a grueling amount of time just to work that idea into their head. You know, it's situational, but it's something that for this Sixers team, it should be the priority going forward. Yeah,
I mean, I guess what makes the series different as well is the fact that it is in the bubble and that you don't have the home atmosphere. And usually you'd like to think Sixers, maybe on the road game one, it gives them a little bit of, they're on the road, they'll come back to Philly and the home atmosphere will, you know, sort of maybe surge them back into it. They don't have that luxury this year. Like, I mean, that home advantage was so important during the regular season. I mean, we spoke about it a lot. But without that in the bubble, if they do make a mistake, you're essentially playing non-stop road games. Don't have anything to lift them out of that slump or an extra energy sort of thing to just kind of get them over the hump.
Yeah, you're not going to have that crowd cheering behind you, which Joel Embiid, I think that there's the biggest difference in his game among every active NBA player as far as the way he plays with and without that. So it's not exactly a road game, thankfully, because you don't have the opposing crowd either, which they certainly seem to get in Embiid's head. But missing that home crowd is just it's a real tough loss for the Sixers team. They just seem to feed off it, especially Embiid and Josh Richardson.
Yeah, 100%. Jordy says Steve's being vocal on Twitter, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's Steve. I think that's probably the least we'd expect from him. Oh God, he's in full caps lock mode on Twitter. I can't even read that one out. But he's not happy.
I had a fight with him earlier today about who go there.
Oh, I saw it in the Slack where I was a little bit kind of all over it. Did he come off the winner in the fight?
I mean, I did, but he didn't really fight. What was the thing? He started it, and then all he just would say is that, no, he's a bad defender. I mean, much worse words, but no, he's a bad defender. He's a bad defender. And then representing him with stats, and then he's a bad defender. But I hope Steve's listening, because Steve, I officially won that fight.
Love to see it. So we've got some game action back underway. 41-35. 5 minutes 40 left in the second quarter, and Embiid already getting a little bit vocal. I think this has got to be the series where I think he not so much steps up as a leader, because he's been that anyway, but when you see stuff like the Shake Milton thing in the very first game they had in the bubble, I think you want to see more of a galvanizing element as opposed to a divisive one if things don't go his way. So that's something I'll be just low key looking out for.
That's the dominant on the court leader, not the vocal leader per se. And that's something that we're hoping to see from guys like Al Horford. With Embiid, it's more about setting the tone and putting in not only the energy, because anyone can put that in, but just racking up the stats and motivating everyone else on your team in that way.
Yeah, 100%. So I've had a few myself with some angry people on certain subjects or not. Yeah, Twitter's a very angry place, but Steve is a very angry person. So you put them both together, and it's an absolute train wreck. Jay Fizz says, what's good? Let's go Sixers. Love to see you in Jarrell. Hope all is well with you, man. Justin says, drinking wine, eh? Super fancy.
Absolutely. Well, you see, the Sixers are in red tonight. I am in red tonight, repping Ben Simmons, who unfortunately is not here with us. And I must be drinking my red wine to fuel my Italian selves.
Yeah, I've only just started drinking wine, and I've had 2 very, very bad hangovers, and now I'm refusing to drink wine again, I think.
You must be drinking the sweet stuff then.
Probably, yeah. Sweet stuff or the cheap stuff, either or, I mean.
Either way, you're not doing yourself any favors. I came very prepared for the game. I had a bag of white jersey and also white wine in case they did wear white tonight.
Oh, wow. He's got all out.
You never know.
Oh. Okay, that's there you go. That's a bit of a change of momentum you want to see. There you go. Is that an M1 as well? Is that a WEF? Don't think so. Oh, got excited.
We have 5 minutes, 20 seconds left, and the Sixers are shooting 50% from the free throw line. That's something else that's absolutely going to have to go up if they're going to have any chance in this game.
I mean, what's a good average from free throw? Like 80?
I mean, 80 for a team. 80 would be insanely good.
Oh, okay.
If you're talking about a player, then yeah, 80's still really good. Really. Oh, no. I saw that charge you were talking about. I think. But did they call it a block?
I didn't think they did.
I don't know. They called it a charge. There's Marcus Smart still crying about it. Okay. But really, as a team, especially one like the Sixers, if you can shoot 75%, that's huge. That's really huge for your team. But 50 is just not. That's not going to cut it.
No, not at all. Ricky says, love you guys. Hope you're having a nice night. Dude, you're more than welcome to hop on, Ricky. I'm not sure if you're free right now or not, but we would love to have you on, mate. Hope you're keeping your head up and all is well. Jarrell says, I don't know if you talked about this or not, but if we go far in the playoffs, do you think we keep Brett Brown for another year? I think that'd surely be the catch-22, isn't it? That if you do make a playoff run, it's like, we've got to...
Yeah, I mean, well, so there are 2 questions. There are, should the Sixers keep Brett Brown, and there's, will the Sixers keep Brett Brown? Will the Sixers keep Brett Brown? If they win the series, I think they will. Should they? I think anything less than a finals, I'll call it appearance. I want to say win, but appearance, and you should move on from Brett Brown. It's clear that he really, and unless this changes in this playoffs, he does not command the locker room. Yes, the days are gone of Tom Thibodeau and even Phil Jackson. Those coaches. Tom Thibodeau just got a new job, and that's just going to go horribly for the Knicks, as everything does. You still need that respect. Steve Kerr, even though he's a buddy to his players, has the respect. So it's definitely time, especially since Brown's not an X's and O's guy.
Yeah,
he's a relations guy, and if he's not doing that right, then what the hell's he doing?
That's what it's weird, because you look back at even when the Eagles were looking at hiring coaches, and there was such a dissonance almost, where when they hired Doug Peterson and Lurie's words were emotional intelligence, everyone was like, what? Why do you want an emotionally intelligent coach? And you see the adversity he's guided them through, and you're like, well, now I see it. Now I see why he galvanizes the locker room. I think Brett Brown is sort of like, there's elements of it there, but you don't have the background. Peterson, studied under Andy Reid, former quarterback, like he's got his own way of coaching. Brown doesn't quite have that part, so you're relying on that emotional intelligence, and if the rest of it falls down and you can't keep those bonds strong, then that's when you get the collapses and the calamities in the locker room. So definitely an intriguing sort of situation to keep an eye on. Ricky says he's at a friend's house or he'd be here. That's alright. As long as you're having a night off and you're enjoying yourself. Otherwise, we won't be happy and we'll fire you for not taking a break.
He does go twice. Once on the defensive side and once on the offensive side. And he's scaring the crap out of me right now. I'm not gonna lie. And then there's another turnover on Josh Richardson.
Yeah,
I gotta say that one's not on him either. It's just a bad call from the ref.
Yeah. Chris says up the PSN, up the Mr. Fire 233. Hope you're doing well, mate. Justin says when all this stuff's over, I've got to show you a little high class living and take you to the winery my dad works at. Look, I get called Lambrini Liam for a reason. Zach see me on happy hours. I go one beer deep and I'm gone. So I don't think that'd be a good idea.
No. Here's what I'll say. First off, make sure you eat before you go.
Yeah. Okay. Good shout.
And then just taste test 5 wines. Limit yourself. Just 5, no more.
Okay.
You're gonna have a good time. You're gonna like the taste of some stuff, and you won't be feeling it the next day.
Yo, considering that we're like the same age, like you are very much an older brother, and I should be like writing all this advice down, and I'm like, yeah, got it.
Yeah, well, as 1 month older, then yes, I take that title with pride.
Oh, I can see why.
Older brother, you had a drink.
I've still got a bottle of wine up there, but I've not had much to eat today, and I'm not risking it.
I would not recommend it. Is it good?
Oh, is it good? What? I don't know. I mean, it got me drunk on Saturday, so I mean. Should I get the bottle? We can have a look, and you can, because you probably know way more about wine than I do. Bear with me.
I don't know as much as I would like, but I'm working on it.
Right, I snuck it out of a club so it doesn't have a lid on it anymore. So I kind of held it under a coat under my arm, but it's called Brancott Estate, so we've got no idea if that looks good or not.
Wait, is it empty or is it full?
Oh no, it's full. I mean, it's white wine. It's No, because we stole it from a club. I didn't steal it. We paid for it, but you're not allowed to take the drinks out, so I hid it under a coat, and then, yeah. So it might be a bit flat.
What is keeping the wine good? What is inside the top of the bottle?
Nothing.
That wine is bad.
I did have a bit of paper over the top of it, thinking that might work. I'll give it a little swig.
Yeah, I mean, give it a go. Try it now. We might as well.
It's not bad.
What is it? Is it Sauvignon Blanc?
Do you know what it is? That word, Sauvignon Blanc. Look at that. Nailed it.
But when did you get it?
Saturday.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you're gonna have to drink that one. Not all in one night, but quick, because you can't just be leaving it open. I don't think. I mean, you have. They have like decanters, like open air decanters for wine. Yeah. Breathing for. I mean, we're at 3 days so far. That's fine, but I'm thinking that thing's been up there for like a week, a month.
Nah, it's only from Saturday, because I was just like, it was a table service thing because of COVID, and I was sat there with this card in the air for about half an hour, and I was like, well, if we need more than one bottle, we've got to do another half an hour, so I might as well just order a second, and we didn't drink it, so I mean, here we go. I'm amazed you knew what I don't even know what Sauvignon Blanc is, but you said it, and I was like,
it's very common. I took a shot in the dark.
That's amazing. It's from New Zealand.
I mean, it's up there with Chardonnay and Pinot Grigio for very common white wine.
I know both of them. Look at that.
Never heard of them.
I've heard of them. Oh, this is
You've
amazing.
heard of them. Okay, good.
Oh, we love a bit of Brancott Estate. This is class, right?
Yeah, well, we'll need it because Jason Tatum's 21 points so far, and it's not even a half yet.
Justin said.
For me, it may be for you.
Yeah, I'm only at the fourth quarter, mate. Justin says, Zach, I can def show you some good red wine. Dad works at Almathia Winery over in Atco.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. I'm always in the market for new wine.
I just don't think you ever stopped the code in the Matrix. I thought it stopped at basketball, but now it's wine. And I dread to think you just like endless reels of information. It's amazing.
Yeah, my information on wine is not as impressive as I'm making it sound right
now. Michael says, aren't you not supposed to decant white wine? I don't know what that means, so I'm gonna.
So usually you don't. Yes, it's something that you would do with red wine. I would never do it with white. Good. Then again, I'm more of a red wine drinker, so that whole side of the field, I'm not, an expert on by any means. I'm the kind of guy that's totally fine just throwing a bottle of white wine in the fridge and then just open it up when you're ready. But
yeah, as someone that has never drunk wine until about a week ago, I completely agree. Zach, yeah, mate, don't worry if you're not drinking, Zach. I fully understand, mate. It's better than having a Lambrini Liam nickname. You could have, like, what's an alcohol beginning with Z? Don't think there is any in England. Otherwise, we'll give you that. But it's half time, 55-49 to the Sixers. So that's the score as we go into the break. Sixers down by 6. Not the end of the world. I mean, I think we were expecting a little bit of a sloppy second quarter if the turnovers continued, which they did. But
yeah, they did. They actually, you know what was impressive? That they actually were almost exactly the same. 7 in the first and 6 in the second.
Wow. Michael says, makes sense. I'm a whiskey guy. I don't really like wine. See, I don't know what.
Hey, I say why not both? Not at the same time, but place for each one.
Hey, I mean, both sounds like a hell of an idea for a happy hour.
And then you will wake up sick the next day.
Yeah, 100%. God Sham God says, what's the score? So scores on the doors at half time, yeah, 55-49, man. Sixers, yeah, down by 6.
It's not as bad as it could be considering how much they were turning the ball over. So I was not on Twitter for the second quarter. I imagine that Steve is still just blowing up like an angry elf on there right now.
Should we check in with him? Should we see how he's doing?
I'm working on it right now, actually. I want to see what he's up to.
Oh, it's just
yes.
a lot of capitals.
It's every time Cantor gets on the floor.
Oh, my God.
I mean, he's not wrong. At this point, Enes Kanter is more of a locker room guy than, at least in the Celtics situation. Daniel Tyson's, well, Steve and I have talked about this, but he's more of a bridge center for the Celtics. Robert Williams, who I looked into it last night, he's somehow only 6'7", with an incredible wingspan. He is the center of the future. As much as I get on Steve for the Celtics having to trade for a center, they really don't. Let Tice man it for now, and then as soon as Williams has command, just swap him. Then you got Tice right off the bench as your not quite a spacing big, but a little bit more than Williams anyway.
Yeah, Chris says Simmons haters are quiet AF right now, wonder why. Probably because he's not playing. That might be... I'm joking.
I think that would be one theory. I would say a good one, but that's just one person's opinion. I'm here to positively proclaim this as a pro Ben Simmons stream tonight. I don't, no Cavaliers talk, no nothing like that. We can build this team around Ben and Embiid. Just because he got hurt does not mean that he's cooked or that the team will never work with those two.
To be fair though, I like when we declare streams things because I think last time Sean ended up having to praise Raul Neto and it took every ounce of his being. He was like trying to fight the cringe.
Jersey like 3 games ago.
Really?
I mean, because like Horford, I've done that for Horford and Neto, 2 of the players that I can't stand the most on the roster. Horford, it's not his fault. It's just that, well, it's a little bit his fault. It's his fit, that's the part that's not his fault. And his attitude has been he's been a little feistier than he should be, than anyone in his situation should be, so.
Yeah. Ollie Kemp's in the chat, and his first bit of analysis is 13 turnovers, Liam. That's not very good. So, do you know what? He's hit the nail on the head. He's getting good at this. I think we might have to hire him soon.
There's a reason that we go to him for the expert analysis. That is
exactly
true.
I mean, so people want, where's the PSN budget gone in 2020? It's taken everything to get Ollie Kemp on board. I mean, where else are we going to find this level of insight?
Yeah.
I think we're very happy to
keep having to cut departments and graphics so we can come back with bigger and bigger offer sheets because he hasn't accepted anything else yet.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, so the Twitch streams have just resulted in me playing bingo recently. That's just to raise funds to sign Ollie Kemp. I can't lie, lads. He's a well worked man. He's well wanted by a lot of organisations out there.
Yeah.
Jared says he's learning. Oh man, yeah, 100%. Right, what we say? I got to stop saying 100%. I get a new catchphrase every week. This week it is 100%, 100%. I don't know where it's come from. I wish it had 100% go away. Going into the second half, I mean, so what is it we want to see, Zach? What are you looking for? I mean, down by 6. Do you need to go on the attack straight away, or?
A few of them are obvious. Cutting down the turnovers first and foremost. The Sixers can probably afford to have another 7 total turnovers in the next 2 quarters. On top of that, it's really slowing the game down. When you have an offense and a roster that's built around size, especially when you're going against a team as small as Boston, you have, in one sense, an advantage, and in another sense, a disadvantage. It's very clear. If you slow the game down, you have the clear advantage with your height and your length. But Boston has the advantage in the fast break department. And I believe that I want to say it was 16-4 fast break points for the Boston Celtics, and they were just absolutely destroying us in that category. So really slowing the game down, that should help with the turnovers as well. Keep feeding Embiid, but you have to move and get open for him because he has 4 turnovers already. You can't let him pile up or else he'll get in his head.
Yeah, Steve says, thought I'd quickly drop in to say every time Cantor takes the floor, the corner of my desk is looking more and more of a lovely place to smash my head. So that's encouraging. I mean, but your team's winning, Steve, you know, it could be worse, mate. It's not like Cantor's playing bad and you're losing. Like, that's a very... That always confuses me, like, if people complain when they're winning. Like, complain when you're, like, say, hey, we're winning, but this sucks. But if you're being very aggressively bad when you're winning, it's a bit like, enjoy the moment, you know, you're 6 points up.
I mean, it's one thing to be like, okay, well, we're at the lead, but we can work on this, that, and the other thing. If anyone follows Steve Bevan on Twitter, which I do recommend, Steve, if you're listening, drop your ad in the chat, because it's just a wildly funny time. You know, a little more extreme of a reaction than I would have if the Sixers were winning. Even if they did have 30 turnovers at that point.
We could just, I think, read through some of his tweets from the last 2 hours, but I'm not sure how many of them are going to be PG friendly.
Halftime's pretty long. We can probably get through a good amount.
Yeah, he said, Joel Embiid hasn't missed yet. This really isn't going to be a fun series. Then a very capped why the F isn't Cantor getting minutes for us. Then test the whole Sixers squad. No way everyone keeps hitting shots like this. Then he's quote tweeted a lady. Oh, it's a Celtics account, my bad. Then it's how the F does Philly have 10 turnovers. We have 6 steals and it's still this close. What are we doing? That's all in capitals. He's raging at that point. Absolutely livid. Cantor's off. We're going to win. And that was the end of it. So I'm hoping he's... Oh, do you know what? I'm going to screenshot that. Just in case. I would love to... Just in case that, you know, they lose and Cantor's off. I need that in my life. Still doing all Giroud jerseys for tomorrow's game? Absolutely. Providing mine's out of the wash, yeah. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to get an orange shirt and put loads of highlighter over it, I think. But no, I'm excited. It's 3 PM tomorrow. It's a nice early one, isn't it? So, busy day once again. Sixers get a decent coach and you're probably 2nd or 3rd seed. The schemes just aren't there with Brett. And you should look to take advantage of when Williams is on the floor. That's from Chris. Where do you stand on that, Zach? That's from Super Chris.
Yeah, you know, really, it goes back to Brett Brown just not being an X's and O's mind. If they were to have, say, I'll only use coaches that are available. Or you know what, I'll use some of the targets that the Sixers will have in the offseason. How about that? Jacques Vaughn has shown an incredible ability as an X's and O's coach. He's the interim coach of Brooklyn Nets right now. He right now is at the top of my list because of how he's been able to act and react in each possession. A coach like him, you know, or even some of the great coaches, like Mike Budenholzer or Nick Nurse, you know, those guys are obvious, Greg Popovich. But with one of those Brad Stevens level coaches, I think the Sixers are the 2 seed. I think the locker room's held a lot better. I think that the lineups look a lot better. The Sixers, except for Shake Milton, they are just putting their best players in the starting lineup. A little that's forced because Simmons is out, but it really just it's not a cohesive offense. The defense looks solid, but the offense is what's struggling, and that really goes to Brett Brown and his unfortunate inability to organize his team in the proper way.
Yeah, Michael says that he's brought a new hat for the game. That is some Zach energy, and I like that. We need more Zach energy in the chat. Very impressive. Guys, we're also 7 likes in at the moment. Let's try and round that up to a nice even 10. Let's start the process early, if you pardon the pun. We can shift that to 10. That'll be very, very good. We don't like Tatum around these parts. Ollie says, though, it appears that Tatum is having a mad good game of basketball. Steven says that's just Tatum every game. And Kemp goes, oh, yeah, I knew that. Totally. Of course, Steven. So,
how was that before you got that haircut, Steve?
Oh, what have I got on my screen at the minute? Is there any player staring at wall content? No, I've just got rebounding leaders. So Embiid leads the entire game with 9. Tatum's on 8. So, wow, wasn't expecting that. Then it's 5-3-2 for the Celtics. So they're at 21 of 48 field goal attempts, the Celtics. So 43% from all field goals. Range, I think they're 2 from 1, 2. Oh, they're just adding dots. I can't keep up. Bet Celtics will win. Check out my channel. If they win 2K Nelly, I'll check out your channel. How's that? Alright, that's a deal for you. But if it is you singing Enrique Iglesias in Spanish, I will be disappointed. Alright, that's my forte. Don't steal that from me. I do. Do you see these shot charts on TV, or is it just my little app that gets them? Little dodgy.
No, I'm not getting this.
Oh.
I mean, I'm going through NBC Sports Philadelphia, so everything that I'm seeing is of them.
So the Sixers, oh, it's gone again. They're 55% field goal percentage at the moment, 20 from 36, and there's a lovely little chart which I'll probably get away with showing. Look at that. All the lines moving around. Sixers do more ball hoop than Celtics, in my opinion. Liam, did you see the Wentz hype video I put in the Discord? I haven't, Jordy. If you ping it my way, mate, I'll be sure to check it out, man. Game flow. Oh, that's an interesting one. There we go. Big graph. There we are. That's lovely. A few spikes of Sixers and then just an absolute train wreck of Celtics behaviour.
Yep.
Which,
and that's how the game's felt.
Yeah. But with the current lead a bit, so their biggest lead's been 10. So Sixers did well to get it back down to 6.
Yeah. And honestly, if they can take care of the ball, that's my really, maybe not only, but by far biggest concern. If they can just ring that in, even like I said, slow the game down, then this is, well, I'll say it'll end and Steve won't be happy, so if they can do that.
Yeah, who's winning ATM? Celtics winning at the moment, mate. They're up by 6 points. I would try and put the score on the screen, but I think my MacBook may blow up trying to do it. That's not even necessary, like they're not on a field. Oh, God, okay. The education of Ollie Kemp begins. We'll see if we can bring him in. And
I mean, court goals just doesn't sound right, you know?
Court goals. That's just if like you've literally just got a girlfriend called Court. Hashtag court goals.
Dating, courting, synonymous.
Like that. There you go. Or floor goals makes it sound like you just work in a furniture store. So field goals make sense.
Yeah. That's the dumps. Well, yeah, you're not gonna know what that is, but that's a discount furniture store around here. And I can see them going hashtag floor goals.
Jared says, Americans aren't known for naming things well. I give you football primarily played with hands. Yeah.
Well, they do use their feet.
They do.
I will say that in our defense.
It does start the game. And can sometimes decide the game. You know, that there is that there.
Sometimes it does. Jake Elliott's done that.
Exactly. Floor shooting, says Michael. Yeah, I like it. See, I don't...
I mean, you could just call it shots and say shots from the floor if you're going to say it in its full, and then just short-handed shots. I mean, that would...
Right, we are rebranding.
The game's like almost 100 years old at this point, so it's not changing anytime soon. Sorry, Kevin.
He says he can't come in and ruin us with his knowledge, unfortunately. That's a shame. I was looking forward to that. I was expecting a monumental analysis there. Chris says, I'd like to play Sixers in the second round because Embiid and Gasol battle would be fun to see part 2 of, but I do think Nurse wins it for us. Yeah, I think ultimately in a matchup like that, the better coach would probably come out the victor, given the Sixers are short-handed anyway.
Yeah. And the Raptors are such a top defensive team. Now, Brad Stevens is a very good defensive coach. The Celtics, short of Brown, Tatum, and Robert Williams, they're just terrible defensively. That's all Brad Stevens. So to go onto a team like Toronto, where they're much more physical and defensively minded. It is a little problematic for the Sixers. It's a similar issue they run into with the Milwaukee Bucks, except obviously you don't have Giannis to deal with. I was actually talking about Marc Gasol with my brother earlier today. We were watching Raptors Nets. If the money works, which it might, keep an eye on Marc Gasol as a possible addition to the Sixers. He seems very comfortable in a bench center role. He would be my primary target because backup center still is. This is assuming the Al Horford trade happens.
Yeah.
Which it will. Assuming that, backup center is going to be the biggest need financially, followed closely by a point guard. So I imagine that you're probably looking at a Mason Plumlee, hopefully a Marc Gasol, somewhere in that price range.
See, and this is why we need Zach on the show. This is because otherwise it just goes from Zach to Liam and Kemp level of do more hoop ball net. And
I mean, listen, do more hoop ball net. That's not wrong. You know?
Alright, the good news is that may be the greatest halftime show the world has ever seen, but we do have basketball back on our screens very shortly as we look to start the second half of play, which is it's good. We're back. Let's see if the Sixers can actually take a dent into this lead then. So down by 6 starting the second half. We've been here before, some would say. And I think the Celtics are going to start off the better of the two in their opening possession.
Yeah, I want to see a lot more out of Horford, and I don't necessarily mean that on Horford's end. More so, I want to see Brett Brown utilize him more. Really make the Celtics not notice much of a difference when Embiid leaves. Obviously, they're completely different levels of player, but almost keeping the scheme the same. Let Horford work in the post. Even when Embiid is on the floor, he's matched up with Jaylen Brown. That's a perfect opportunity to get him either into foul trouble or even just have outbully his way to the hoop.
Yeah, good response there from Phil. I'm going to try not to ruin so much for Zach, because I think everyone's behind me. So I have to delay my reactions by 12 seconds. So I'm just going to go bang and then hope that's mildly on cue. Which it wasn't, so that was...
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That is nice to see. Is that Milton's first point?
Was that his first of the game?
Oh, no. Okay, good. No, he was already at 5.
Okay.
It was a quiet 5, but he had 5. I think a return to the bench would do Milton some good. Just some time to clear his head and relieve a little pressure from him.
Yeah.
It's up to Brett Brown to make it clear that it's not a signal of giving up on him, but trying to get him hot again because the team needs him that bad. So you may see someone. I wish it were Matisse Thybulle. Brett Brown really does not like to play, even with Shake starting. He does not like to play rookies heavy minutes usually, but I think Thybulle's the obvious choice. Have Richardson on the point, and then you keep Shake and Burks as one of the most dangerous 1-2 bench options in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think my favourite part of that whole sequence was Kemp just jumping in with the Shake Shack. Just straight in, he's just yeah, bloody love the Shake Shack, mate. Fully knowing.
Yeah, the overrated Shake Shack.
Oh.
Not the player, the burger place. Shake Milton fully on board.
So did you see him when he was with the Delaware team? Were you at that?
He unfortunately was not there.
Ah.
I did get to see Jair. I did get to see Mario Shea. I did get to see corkmaz, who, I mean, if he can get his feet even just slightly, even if he can get his feet just be slightly quicker, he'll be amazing. He's somebody to watch. I believe in him more than I believe in Norvell Pell for a long-term third or hopefully even second center on the roster.
Huge. Just seeing a replay of that Joel Embiid turnover, that was much better. It's the sort of momentum the Sixers need. I mean, they've already... they're down 6-5 so far in this quarter, which isn't ideal. But I think the Sixers have oddly looked the better of the two teams until that.
I don't like Embiid bringing the ball up. He worked it into a 3-point... Did they call on the floor?
Did they what?
Do you know, did they call that on the floor where he got Tice to foul him out by the 3-point line?
Don't think so. Might be wrong.
I could have shown one. I mean, listen, you can't argue with results, but yeah, that's on the floor. It's just with 4 turnovers in the game already, it's dangerous to have him bring the ball up.
Yeah, so Shake's on 11 points already. So if he started at what? If that 3 was his 5, so he would have had what, 2 points before? And
so
then
he was 5 at the half. He had a 3 early on, and then I'm guessing he had another 3. Is that right?
Yeah, just recently, just a minute ago. So I'm trying not to spoil the game.
Hey, it's really awesome that the refs keep missing these elbows that Jason Tatum's throwing.
No, they got one there. I love like just seeing the intensity of the Shake just coming through the channel. I still think like his song should be Metro Station Shake It, and no one seems to vibe with it. Like it's one of the most iconic songs of a generation, isn't it? Like Shake It by Metro. Oh, it was here. Don't know if it was there.
I don't even know what song you're talking about.
Do you not? Yeah, like shake, shake, a shake, shake, a shake. No. Oh, when you dancing like this, and when she turn it like that. No. That is something. Oh no! Oh, I'm upset now. And that's the most awkward minute and a half of it.
Getting the rousing reaction you expect.
I was expecting an eruption.
One thing you don't like to see that. Even if he's on the other team, you don't like to see that.
No. Hello, Steve. How are you, mate? Thank you for stopping by, man. Hope you're all well. Timon says, on a point that's not basketball, just seen that 5 NFL players today have got season-ending injuries. Yeah, I don't know where that's come. Well, I know where it's come from. It's just the fact that they've gone from 0 to 1,000 really quickly without OTAs to condition them. Like, there's going to be a lot of soft tissue injuries, I think, this year, which is it's a shame. Like, but that's the risk you run with playing a sport like that in, you know, the environment they want to try and push it in. So, yeah, not great.
It would be nice if the Eagles would sign another running back to limit Miles Sanders, so he has limited opportunities to suffer a soft tissue.
Yeah. But it's just cap space as well. That's the thing at the minute. Like when they're so pressed on try. I mean, I know that.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking just a 1-year deal. I mean, I know for the future you're a little strapped, but
yeah, only 84 million strapped. You know, it's
plenty
not
open during the season because of all the stuff that can happen. Then I understand that too, but it's just.
I mean, I was all for like an extra running back as well, and the fact they didn't sign one and just flat out refused was bizarre.
But James Brown money's freed up though now, right?
I think so. I just don't. Yeah, it was just when they went for they went for Carlos Hyde and LaShawn McCoy and a couple others, and all of them were offered like veterans minimums for like an RB3 role. It's just not going to happen. You know, no one's going to take it. So
very disappointed in LaShawn McCoy's decision and his reaction so far in Tampa Bay. I don't know. Tampa Bay is going to be good, obviously. How could they not? But I can see them as a first-round loser, to be honest with you.
It'll be fun to see what they can do, but it's like they are just bringing around a band of like
that matchup. If I'm being honest with you,
it's like they're just trying to build like an all 2010s team, and they've just decided to get as many different. Like we'll get Brady, we'll get Gronk, we'll get McCoy, get a bunch of veterans.
Yeah, I can't imagine that Gronk is any good anymore. I mean, listen, he was one of the greatest tight ends of all time, possibly. You know, I don't know enough about the position to say. I can't imagine that so many years removed, at his age, with the injuries that he's gone through. Now, he's not Jason Witten old, but not that Jason Witten can play either, but we'll see that in LA. Should be really weird to watch.
Really weird. Justin Freiberg says Freeman. Yeah, so Freeman was another one. Jared says, did this turn into a singing stream? Did we learn how to do it right? No, well, I mean, I just gave Zach a taste of karaoke, and he wasn't best pleased, so I think we'll cut the singing for now, just in case he runs off the Zoom call.
Come back to it, just pick real songs.
That was a great song. I'm so livid. I legit thought that Metro it's the only song they've ever done, but over here it was massive for one song.
Later, I'll give it a listen.
It is terrible now. It's like when you're 13, it's really good.
Yeah, well.
But can I find a cover that won't get copyrighted on stream? Let's have a look. Do you know what? We'll leave it. It's okay. I'll just give you another karaoke later. Everything's fine. So we're at the 6 minutes 50 to go in the third. Little bit of a break. 67-59. So Sixers have dropped to only a point since halftime. Still a very winnable spot for them. But again, it's just sort of. I thought they started off quite well, to be honest. Like Shake Milton, sort of surging up some momentum, and then out of nowhere, I don't know. Like it was just Jason Tatum again, doing Jason Tatum things. Mike says, "Shake It was big on Canada." There you go. So that's what we're talking. Michael and I were on about. He will love a bit of Shake It.
Yeah. Call out, my fellow Sixers lead writer David Esser. He brought up a really good point about Jason Tatum. This is a tweet that he just posted about 22 minutes ago. Jason Tatum scored 21 points in the first half. Jason Tatum would not have scored 21 points in the first half if Ben Simmons is playing. It's that simple. It really is. So, for everybody who... Sorry, Steve had just another great reaction to the game. For everyone who's thinking about trading him to Cleveland, to Portland for CJ McCollum, even if you feel like a Sacramento trade might work, don't keep him. Play him a power forward. Let him have time to learn the position. This is a very unique situation we went through with this hiatus. You're not going to have immediate success with hardly anything. So, trying a position change in the middle of the year, he struggled at first. That's fine. Give him time to have at least a mini off season, which they'll have in order to work up his comfortability in the position. And hopefully he starts shooting threes. That's the only good thing that I can say.
Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed when he said Orlando was going to be the time and there was so much hype around it, and then he's still... It's such a...
Which time? The first, second, third, fourth, or fifth time he did that?
What, the three?
Well, yeah. That's a running trend where he says it's coming.
And
it's coming. It's not. It doesn't. It comes once or twice, and then no more.
Not for the first time, not for the last, for a little Twitch joke there for people that want to take an innuendo. But no, it does feel like it's, everyone's got that friend where they'll see a friend in public. You're like, yeah, we'll catch up soon. Yeah, we'll grab a drink, and you have no intention on doing it at all, but you just both say it and then never speak to each other again. It's that. It's like, we'll hit three. We'll hit three. Yeah, Orlando. Yeah, see you later. Nothing. Although he did give it a go.
One more reason for a coaching change. Flat out on this. One more reason for a coaching change.
Does it come down to Brett Brown? Like, is it something Brett can pull him aside and go, look, shoot a three?
Listen, nobody can make Ben Simmons shoot except for Ben Simmons. And honestly, I believe LeBron James. But Ben Simmons is the only one who can really make him shoot. That being said, there are people who can encourage him in a better way than Brett Brown has. I'm not talking about positive reinforcement. I'm talking about you need to be a little more blunt. Family, friends, it's a very awkward situation when you're in a leadership position like that. Brett Brown has close ties to the Simmons family. And, I think Simmons has had a lot of those kind of relationships in his life that have led to him not being the best player that he can be. One being his father, who demanded that he play point guard on every team that he was on growing up, or he wouldn't play for the team. So it's that kind of stuff that I think is what kind of affected his mentality for the game. So hopefully the right coach comes on in and he can turn that around. Hopefully he can just get right mentally, honestly. Yeah,
really odd situation. I just always remember talking to him in London and how his eyes lit up when I mentioned LeBron James. And you go back and look at LeBron's career and everyone draws that comparison of, well, LeBron, when he came into the league, X, Y, and Z. And it's like, but I don't know if you can meet them when LeBron was such a raw talent. Like, LeBron obviously leapt straight from high school. Like, I don't think you can really treat Ben... You can't tarnish both with the same brush.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I've been hesitant for not that I've never given in, but the LeBron label, it's too much. The Magic Johnson label, honestly, it's too much. Really like a Super Saiyan Draymond Green is really what I'm hoping for and expecting. A guy who can get you 17, 8 and 8, and play defensive player of the year level defense, and maybe he hits 30% of threes. And that's that's an all-star beyond player.
Oh, yeah.
That's a player where if he gets the right hardware, he's Hall of Fame. So it just depends on if Simmons finds that way to click his mind.
Yeah. So we just had a comment there from Timmy McCormack who says, Raptors beat the Nets change the side. I can't do that because it's a pre-made image. What I will do is drag a number 1 over the number 0, just so you feel a little bit. There you are.
And then it's just circled. The 1 is just going to be circled.
Yeah, pretty much. It circles.
Emphasis.
How impressive
just for you, Timmy. Emphasis just for you.
That we've done that just for you, mate. All right. Don't worry about how it looks aesthetically. We've done that. But it looks just like someone spray painted it. That's the aesthetic we want. Because the Raptors win was like a vandal. They went in there like vandals, and that's what we're trying to replicate. So it was all pre-planned. All pre-planned.
Oh, it's beautiful, Liam.
Thanks, mate. I'm glad there was a lot of thought that went into that. That's why the watch-along was so late. I've got to pre-prepare that number 1 for when we can move it over. But Sixers down by 8 at the moment. 5 minutes to go in the third. I mean, I think most of their damage again is having to come from inside. Let's see what the Celtics do this possession.
Found that bit of cork I told you was going to be in there, Liam.
Did you get it?
I got it right at the bottom.
Oh, there you go.
Jaylen Brown back in the court. You love to see it. You hate to see it. Wish him well. Unfortunately, he's still probably going to cook us.
Nah, I won't ruin it, but it was a nice stretch. Oh. I mean, I won't ruin it. There was a nice stretch, and then it just got completely overwhelmed. Is there a 1 over the 0 on Sixers? No, I don't think so. Have I put it on the wrong team? I hope not.
No, it was there at first, and then you moved it into the right
spot.
spot.
I moved it. Okay. That's how all the greats do it.
Embiid is not getting the ball down low enough. He has to work his way a little deeper in the post, and then they give it to him. But the Celtics are doing well to keep him outside of the paint.
I was going to say,
it's only a 6-point lead, but
the deeper he goes, surely the more it opens up for the perimeter guys. But knowing if they can just hold...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it opens it up for the perimeter. It opens it up for Embiid when he gets double teamed because he has more space to make the pass. Shake Milton did a great job.
He's been impressive today, Shake Milton. Well, this second half at least.
Yeah, no, it's a tale of two halves right there.
Oh. There you go. I'm expecting an Ollie Mr. Shake, says Kemp, for God's Mr. Shake. Excellent. Brett has got to go, says Emmanuel. He's fuming at Brett. I think that could be a growing consensus. I mean, there's been a lot of external pressure. We've discussed it a little already, so we won't go overkill on it. But
listen, to be clear, getting rid of Brett Brown is not going to solve all the 60 problems. Okay, it is a step in the right direction, but the big thing is who they get to replace him. I mean, if they get another guy who's just fat on about, I mean, it's not going to be anything positive. And they have to make some roster tweaks. It's absolutely true. Now, find a way to keep Alec Burks at all costs. Move Horford's contract without trading a 1 or 5. I hate to say it because I love his mentality, but moving on from Josh Richardson is not a bad idea either. He has value as a young player who's shown potential. He's on a cheap deal. He's also on an expiring deal. He's a $10+ million player option next year. Not going into this year, but the following year, which he is all but certain to decline because he'll be in for a massive payday.
Timo says Mr. Shake sounds like one of the Mr. Men. And Cape's like, my favourite Timo is Mr. Didn't Ask. Oh, you love to see the sass. You love to see it. But yeah, intrigue. I mean, the Sixers have done well to get that lead down to 5. Like, there was a lot of... I think Shake Milton has basically been the one man kind of providing the score, and outside of a couple of Joel Embiid flurries, it's just been the Shake Milton show, which... Hey, if that's the brand of basketball we're going to take forward, I'm more than okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, really, this is... I hate to say it, but it's one more reason that I feel confident bringing Shake Milton off the bench. I feel like he might be just a little more comfortable in that situation. He might see just a little more consistency. When you have your starting lineup, you want to go with Harris and Embiid. Harris has 13 points. He's 0 of 1 from 3. They have to generate opportunities for him to shoot behind the arc. Otherwise, what is he doing here? He was here to shoot and space the floor. So if he's not doing that, which again falls on Brett Brown, it's going to be a big issue for the Sixers going forward. He's also already played 27 minutes, and Embiid's at 28. Brett Brown is not going that deep to the bench tonight. Scott only had 2 minutes. Corkmaz had 6. Justly deserved. No more of that for him. But 5-0 with 19 and Burks with 14. It looks like it's going to be Thibault, Burks, and Glenn Robinson when he comes back, and that's going to be your bench.
Yeah. Just looking at it, so this is what happens when you don't do Twitch for a few days. There'll be Twitch tonight. It'll be a bit late because I've got to upload a video after this, but there will be that. And we've got a little bit of a debate with Furk and Corkmaz as well at the moment. Emmanuel saying he plays less than no defense and demanding he gets expelled from Philadelphia in Hogwarts-style fashion. Jared a little bit more reluctant to do that. I don't know with Corkmaz. I think he definitely showed a nice step forward this year, but the problem is when you look at the players they let go and then what they got from Corkmaz. It's always that hindsight's 2020 though, right? It's always going to be that way.
I mean, the thing I'll say about Corkmaz is that I feel that he did take a step forward this year, and I feel that step forward has gotten his trade value to about a high second-round pick, which is enough for me to comfortably move on from him. He's not going to re-sign with us after next season. I don't think that he's going to be a contributor we can rely on in the playoffs, at least not as early as next year. So moving on from him, and even if he only has a little bit of value, if it's something that puts a deal over the top, I'm absolutely okay with moving him. Really, the Sixers have been trying to do whatever they can to get a shooter, somebody like ever connected to the Sixers, Buddy Hield.
I was going to say, I mean, that's as much as sort of, Deshaun Jackson and LaShawn McCoy to the Eagles at this point. Like, even since the draft, I was very much on the Buddy Hield train.
He's not doing, he's not doing Sacramento any favors with commenting on all stuff about trust the process and the Sixers as a team. And even posts about him coming to the Sixers. He's not happy in Sacramento, which is great for us because the trade value goes down. They weren't even playing him in his normal role, which has thrown him off, which has lowered his trade value even more. You're talking about a guy that you can probably get for Al Horford, for King Korkmaz, and a first-round pick.
I'd be down.
Who shoots 40% from 3, mind you.
Yeah. I'd be down. Just on another note, I think I've seen the greatest tweet of the night. She's just 10, 9, 8, 76 turnovers.
I'm crying on the inside, but that's really funny.
It's good, isn't it? You can't complain. Jared says it's a ball game, boys. It's getting there. It's not out of reach just yet. The Sixers are pulling back. They've tied things up.
We're in the middle of their offensive rotation, and mine went to commercial.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's got a 2-point game, and
they've just tied it. They've just tied it. This is fine. I forgot I'm a little bit ahead, so I'll just pretend nothing's happening and that everything is everything's doom and gloom.
It's not you. My game's just like, I'm just mad that it cut to commercial in the middle of a play. They've cut to a commercial of the NBA while showing the NBA, and that's a new low for the end. Like, that's not what you want. I prefer that because I'm not buying a Kia. That's just it. So stop showing me those commercials, all right, and just put on more basketball. That's all I'm asking.
I miss the Motor Trend Truck of the Year advert. They're my favourite adverts. Because every truck is the Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Every year.
Every single one. With all these different made-up awards that they all win.
Let's have a look. Justin says, not yet squeaky bum time, fellas. Not yet. Not yet. We've got about, I reckon, a quarter and a half.
Yeah, a quarter, yeah.
And Michael says, have to head out. See you tomorrow for the Flyers win. Love the confidence, mate. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by, man. Absolutely love that from you.
You say that's a 3 o'clock game, Liam?
Yeah, I'll get that one right this time, and I won't.
Is your game currently going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Alright, I'm back in. So they're up by 1 now.
They're up by 2 on mine, but...
Well, they went from down 2 to up 1, so I'll take it. That's not bad for a commercial break.
Liam, you can play one of your PSN promos while the game is on, because if the NBA do it, you can. I could do that, actually, but, We're not in it for that sweet cash dollar or advertising. And if you're on Philly Sports Network, chances are you already know what Philly Sports Network is. So I'd be a bit stunned if you didn't. T-Gray says, yeah, but why hasn't everyone liked the stream? I don't know, T-Gray. You've got to sort out. You've got to rally the troops. We're on 14.
That's a good question, T-Gray.
Got to push that to 20, mate. Got to push it to 20. T-Mo said there's snakes about. We got it to 15. It's on the move. We go again.
All right, very good, very good. Sixers up 2. I got 59 seconds
Go
left.
on,
Jaylen Brown just turned the ball over. It's nice to see Boston do that for once.
Ow. Okay. Al Horford did a thing.
Hey, all right. Okay.
That's a
Work
thing.
up that trade value, big Al.
I've really surge it up.
Oh, is this the thing? Does he do the thing on Tatum? Oh, why, yes, he does. And Robert Williams. All right, okay, settle it down, big Al. You don't want to straight attack.
I think that's just my favourite part of these watch-alongs now, just when I tweet absolute bollocks. So I just said this, but Al Horford, more like Al bloody go on, lad, am I right? It's just like, it's never funny, like, it's not funny at all. But, it's just the best thing. Why did Wahab dislike? Al said, what up? Al letting out a primal scream. Kemp says, like the stream or Sixers lose, I don't make the rules around here, I just enforce them. I agree. Look, if you don't like the stream, the Sixers will lose. I mean, if you like the stream and the Sixers lose, that is out of our control. We have to preface it with that.
Well, that just means that somebody else didn't like the Sixers stream.
That's true. The only way we do it is if every single one of you like it. See, it's no coinky dink. The more you've liked it, the better the Sixers have done. If you think about it, as the game's gone on and the likes have gone up, the Sixers have...
That is true.
I'm just saying.
The Sixers are better than they've been throughout the game, and our likes are higher than they've been throughout the game. And you can't tell me there's not a correlation there.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. That means I have to dislike... all right, so Jordy's already... We're on 16. We're pushing up to 20. Come on. Someone's literally just unliked it. That was definitely Wahab. I'm not having that. It's no one else but Wahab. Bless him. Okay, now I've got more NBA commercials. So, end of the third. That's much better than we were expecting, I think.
Oh, no, Steve. He's moved on to maybe we do need cancer.
Oh, dear.
The emotional battle that he's going to this game.
I really hope that the Celtics lose purely because that way I've got his screenshot of Cantor's off, we're going to win. And then...
Yeah, I mean, there's other reasons I want the Celtics to lose, but that too, that's a nice little bonus, you know.
Emmanuel says, I'm just saying I started watching PSN and we started rallying. See, Emmanuel spots it. Emmanuel spots the pattern, okay? He sees it. He started watching PSN. The Sixers start rallying to a win. We don't make the rules, okay? We just enforce it. Oh, hello. Now we move. Now we're cooking with gas. Look at everyone lit. Getting fired up. Whoops, I was looking at Hamilton memes and forgot to return after half time. It's alright, mate. You're here for the best bit. You're here for the squeaky bum time at the end. That's all that matters. Chris is fired up. Love that from you, mate. Horford loves NBA at Disney because it is Al's toy barn. What a comment. I'm going to tweet that and nick it from him.
So, Liam, while we have a second, I'm looking to purchase my first Flyers jersey. And I have it down to 3. And anyone in the chat, feel free to help me out here, too.
Go on.
But I'm looking at, obviously, Hart, big TK fan, or I might go Provorov. What are your early thoughts?
I like Konechny. Konechny would be a shout. A number 11 is a powerful number in it. I like 11 on the back of a jersey.
It's also Holiday numbers, so I'm just gonna throw that out there.
There you go.
Yeah, there's a TK. I think is the direction that I'm leaning. But you know, again, just fielding questions on that. But I think I may end up going with them.
I think, yeah, TK, Provy's good. I like Provorov. I mean, I've had to try so hard not to buy a Gostis Bear jersey, and now knowing he's sort of not that good anymore, I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, no.
But,
from everything that I've been seeing from all the, whether they're trade scenarios to, Seattle getting them in getting him in the expansion draft, if the Flyers were to allow him to be eligible. I'm not. I would love a Ghost jersey, but I don't think that's the shrewdest investment. So.
I think Celtics fans. Oh god, that's not good. Celtics fans are trying to rally the dislikes on the stream, but we will win, and that's all that matters. Tigre says, "Beg you get a hockey player on the back." Just the word like a hockey player.
That's not bad. I like that.
At least it's always going to be relevant. No, I think TK's the winner. And
what number is a hockey player?
Just a number, a player.
A number.
But I've said this before. He does look a lot like this guy as well, right? Tell me this isn't the English Travis Konechny.
See, okay, so I went to school with a guy that looked just like that. So I
really?
don't see Konechny. I see the guy that I see Bobby D'Alessandro that I went to high school with. So
see, there's a trio. There's a holy trinity of like Travis Konechny lookalikes.
I can see it a little bit. I could definitely see it a little bit, but I'm straight up. That dude looks exactly like the guy I went to high school with. That's crazy.
That's amazing. What if it is the guy who just had a name change and became a Premier League?
Well, he did play soccer.
There you go.
So yeah, I mean, aren't most football players from New Jersey? Isn't that?
I think, yeah, a lot of the good ones have been recently.
Yeah.
But no, I'd say
everything good comes out of Jersey, nothing bad. So
I would 100% say TK is the jersey. It's got to be done.
My fear about Carter Hart is that, like, okay, listen, the Flyers, a lot more jerseys are going to be selling, especially the young guys. Carter Hart, it's just going to be a sea of them.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And TK was really the player who, watching, like, started to pique my interest back in the Flyers. Not growing up in much of a Flyers household, we didn't really watch a lot of hockey and that. Watch the playoffs and all that, but I think I might have to go with TK.
Yeah, I would say that'd be the smart choice.
The Bible Jam.
Love that. As you said that as well, Jared lifted off into orbit. Alexa Ross is not happy. She told me to delete my account, bless her. She's not, but we stand. She's doing bits. That's the English term. She's doing bits over at a TV station. She's doing so well. We stand. Temporal product. Love to see it. Slabhead Defo TK max quality, to be fair. We stand Carter Hart. Man, Maguire got too big a forehead to be Konechny. True. I mean, but I like TK be a jersey. Or Carter Hart. Or, I don't know, I'd be like, maybe even Farabee, if you want to go proper.
Hey, listen, I do really like Farabee, I'm not going to lie. And I've been playing just so much 2K20. Just trying to learn the roster better and everything like that. Farabee's been an absolute monster, for me, that I gotta say. So I would definitely consider a Farabee jersey. I'd probably move him in place of Hart, just again from the fact that everybody in the mother's gonna have a Hart jersey.
Yeah, they'll all be wearing their heart on their sleeves if you.
Then again, I really do like. I may not be the biggest Flyers fan, but really Oscar Lindblom just has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Everything that's happened, like just to watch that kid go is just absolutely an amazing fighter. Yeah,
Justin asks Philippe Myers. Could be a shout. Nice undercard shout.
I do like Myers too. I Josh Richardson with a nice jam. Myers is nice for if I wanted to go a little more under the radar. I feel like, not that he's exactly under the radar, but more so than Konechny and Hart. It's nice that there's a long list of options,
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about this Flyers team. And by and large, you hope that a lot are going to be around for a while. I thought about a Morgan Frost jersey. I may wait a little bit on that one. But there's so many options, and it's a great time to support the Flyers.
Jared says this stream needs an injection of energy. I think we're going to get it if this carries on, because the Celtics are back within 2. I'm feeling squeaky bum time already, and Joel's probably given up
we might have a solid 9 minutes of squeaky bum time over here.
Yeah. I thought I'm amazed that wasn't a free throw, to be honest, but that would have been a Celtics WEF call if it was me, but then again, I could be totally wrong.
Oh, Marcus, get out of Embiid's face.
Oh, maybe that was it then. Never mind. Defense has definitely stepped up. Jared season, big facts. Should we bring people in for the fourth quarter? Do you reckon we can have a big...
I'm down for it.
Yeah?
I say the more the merrier.
All right, let's get them in then, just for that fourth quarter. Let me grab the link here a minute. This is where we get Celtics fans going crazy. There you go. Go wild, Zoomaroos. Zoomaroo Park. That's what we're going to call our Zoom call from now on, Zoomaroo Park. Looking through my camera roll. Oh my god. What is... Twitter's a strange place. Let's see who's gonna crash the party. I say crash the party. We have invited them, but we've set up the party to be gate crash. Just leaving the front door open and seeing who rolls through. Oh, our phone's gonna die. That's not good. Yeah, 9 minutes ago. A nice little break in play, so we can bring some people on. Ask how the night's going. Oh, the only drink I've got near me is wine, and that's not good.
Yeah, I'm still not sure that white wine's not good also. But
you take what you can get.
You do.
Who have we got? So Jared's coming in. Hey, oh, he's all sixed up today.
What's going on, boys?
Have you had a haircut?
I have.
I thought you did. Very nice. Do you know what's bad? I think I noticed people's haircuts way too. Like, every time Zach joins the call, I'm like on a happy hour. I'm like, Matt.
It's always right away.
First thing I say, like, it could be having the best day, worst ever. I'm like, your hair, I like it. And it's like,
well, mine's pretty obvious because it was getting pretty long.
I've just had a messy one again today. My hair changes every stream. I just keep you all on edge. Oh, it's tight. Oh. That wasn't good. Oh, no worries, Jordy, mate. Mate, there'll be plenty more, Jordy. Plenty more streams in the sea.
Oh, no.
This game, I hate playing the Celtics, man. I hate playing the Celtics.
I know exactly what you're talking about, man. It's just... I mean, that's why this regular season was so great.
Woo!
Justin, check your TV volume.
Damn it, it's trying to get me swatted, Justin. I'm sick of it.
Great start, Justin. Great start. that kind of day.
Oh, I know the feeling, mate. Ollie says I've got the worst haircut in the call, which isn't wrong. You didn't have to say it, though.
Hop on, prove it.
That's why he wears the hats, right? It's brave to admit it, I gotta say.
I mean, I'm not hiding away from it. Mine is all kinds of messed up. It's like budget Backstreet Boys. I don't know. It just sort of is what it is. I've given up fighting with it now. I just let it do it, whatever it feels like. No, Kai says bonjour. Hello, Kai, super Twitch streamer of 2020. Oh, man. This is my worst nightmare. Tied up. Right, that out of context doesn't sound good. Let's take that out of it. Right? No one clip that, for the love of God. But tied up with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter with the Celtics is not a vibe.
I'm gonna say for the Sixers to be playing this well without Ben Simmons is just it's encouraging. I mean, you look at it and the massive amount of turnovers that they've committed. If they can find a way to take better care of the ball throughout the rest of the series, I mean, this it could really be Sixers in 6. Which is my official prediction.
I was talking about this with a friend before. I said, is this a series that, like, I said, it's one of those that, like, it could go 6. 5 or 6 is my feeling. I hadn't decided Sixers or Celtics just because it's without Ben, it's kind of a toss-up. But, I don't know, this game is giving me some better feelings. And I wonder if, you know, the conversation of Shake as your starting point guard, like, I feel like that should be really given more consideration because he's played well given the minutes.
If If only there was a website that had written many articles on that very argument, you know?
What's that website, Liam? What is that website?
I think it rhymes with sillystalksnetwork.com, but... Oh,
It's not working.
Philly Sports what?
Net worth? Philly Sports Net Worth?
Net worth. Right.
Yeah, that's it.
That sounds right.
Got it. Everyone go subscribe to Philly Sports Net Worth.
It'll tell you you're worth $5.
100%. But no, it's I think we've all agreed on it, especially like towards the last couple of games of the regular season where they were trying a few different things, and it was just clear that Shake, since day one, to a lot of people, should have been that guy. But I think the problem is then, do you move Ben Simmons next season back to his original spot, or do you keep him at that point?
I think so. I think that's like, I mean, given, you know, if you can, I think it frees up Ben, you know, to do what he does best, which is, you know, he's good at controlling the floor, but when you just get him the ball and he can drive the lane, like give him, you know, that cut, and, you know, inside the paint, and he'll make that run, like he'll make that inside cut. So I think it would be better for Ben, but that, you know, that's an honest conversation that if Brett's still the coach next year, that you gotta have if you're looking at, you know, before you sign someone.
Also, the draft lotteries this week?
Sorry, the green screen just
Thursday.
collapsed. My bad.
They moved it up, I know.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
PSN behind the scenes.
Nothing to see here. Everything's fine.
Don't peek the head, man, behind the curtain.
I think we went through a streak of like 3 separate Twitch streams on YouTube where it just went every time at some point. It was so bad. It's always the way. Who's winning, Connie? It is currently
No one.
tied, isn't it?
I mean, you're
That's not on mine, but you're ahead of me.
after Marcus Smart makes these free throws. It's not.
I was gonna say, yeah, I currently have Boston up 1.
Wayne, what's crazy is when I was watching YouTube and not on the call, I was perfectly synced up with you. Like, as far as game.
Oh no!
And then when I get on the call, it's all of a sudden you're 15 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah, I've been trying to
For
nurse
once-
that today.
For once, I think I might be like a couple seconds ahead of Liam.
Oh, I don't know. Don't jinx it. Don't get my eagle eye out.
Before like Liam would react, and I'd be like, "What?" And then
Oh, that's too. I hope no one's clipped those 2 things because my poor Twitch brand. It's the most. I think there couldn't be a more chaotic person to stream anything ever. It all just goes wrong every time.
Liam, you gotta know your followers. It's definitely been clipped.
I hope not.
Liam, I don't think you've ever been in my streams. If you haven't seen a chaotic stream yet.
Oh my god.
I've switched into a couple. I was gonna watch the Charlton bit, and I'm not gonna lie, I passed out. Like I was in bed.
Okay, because fun fact, I didn't play it because the United game came up, so that's the very next game.
Oh, I did right. Tag me in it before you go live next time, and I'll
I
make
will.
sure I'll watch it.
Man.
Where that
Ow.
didn't look good.
Oh man.
Okay, well now there's spoilers, and I don't like it.
Ooh,
Oh.
that's bordering
Still
on
waiting
technical.
on it. On who?
I said bordering. I don't know if it
Come
will
on,
be.
Horford.
That's bordering on a technical.
That's not bordering. That is.
That's what.
Bordering on an
they've given
RKO.
technicals for less. They've given technicals for less.
That was an RKO, so whoever it is getting.
Out of nowhere.
See, I was expecting an injury, so I'm like okay with a technical. I don't like it, but it's better than an injury.
I'd say it's technically a foul, but.
Is it a flagrant 1 or a flagrant 2, though?
Ah. Oh, wait, he jumped on his back!
Well,
I mean, I would hope they would call a flagrant 1 on that, but with the way the refs have called the game so far.
I can imagine that gets elevated to a flagrant 2, but see, he just kind of grabs him, so I think. Yeah, I think the fall was more dramatic, so I feel like it's got to be a flagrant 1.
Team, we don't qualify that as a WEF because we didn't want the call there, even though it was a charge.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they were just like, Wef, no, shh.
yeah,
Don't hold
that's
attention to it.
Just let it go. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
That's a get up. You're fine.
Yeah, I think that's just the landing. I wouldn't say anything more than that.
That was a swinging neck
I
breaker.
feel that from Jaylen Brown. That's the kind of crap my dad pulls when we still play one-on-one.
I didn't think I could ever play basketball.
Zach, the Jaylen Brown.
The hard slam down right on the shoulder.
Oh, I was like,
my dad's a real old head. I'm not gonna lie.
Could
I
you?
was like, man, your dad's pulling out the Jaylen Brown and rolling on the ground.
Well, he does that too, but.
I would be the worst. Can you imagine me in a pickup game, just like every 2 seconds, Wef, that's Wef, like, be a nightmare.
I imagine you being 6'3", standing out behind the 3-point line and doing
Yeah,
the whole
that's
thing.
literally what I do. I just, I remember both 3-pointers I've ever hit in my life. They were amazing. All 2 of them.
I was gonna say, Liam, I don't see you as having much range.
What do you mean? I can reach a 3-point line from beyond the arc.
He's a slim reaper. What do you mean?
You seem more of a stand near the hoop and just grab it, turn it, and yeah.
No. I'm the one that definitely tries to do too much and just wobbles and flails around and thinks he's got handles.
I see him getting the ball behind the arc, dribbling it and taking the long two. A lot like Jason Tatum when he first got.
Yeah,
I think he's not doing that. He has a wide open shot and passes away.
Did I miss something, or did they not give the ruling on that?
Fighting one.
Okay. Normally they show a graphic, so I wasn't 100% sure.
Zach said Zach's played wheelchair basketball. I know someone that I know in England. I didn't think I had it in America. There was a show called Desperados that was about wheelchair basketball, and the guy from that show actually does sim racing. So I've known him from that. But I could beat Liam in a 1v. No, you could. I'm elite. I'm a class. This is not turning into a Liam basketball elite scheme. There's a video.
Honestly, like wheelchair and Paralympic sports are like insanely tough. One of my good buddies, brother-in-law, was on the U.S. Olympic sled hockey team, and he won several gold medals. It's like, man, that shit is insanely tough.
I don't mean to brag. There is a video on my Facebook from of just me doing Steph Curry basketball drills when I had a man bun the first time.
Is that the one that's right behind you in your glorious, hockey laptop?
Let me find it. Hang on, where is it? It was an elite segment of my life. There we go. Look at me go. I'm living the best life. Look at that. Loving it. Look, they start going all over the place in a minute. No, wait. Whoa! Look at that, eh? Hey, now we're cooking with gas.
Well, then you cut the bun and you lost all your skill.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Here it comes. You ready? Oh, I can feel it. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. I got some handles. Not very many of them, but they're there.
Meanwhile, the Celtics are doing business on us, and I hate it. 9-0 run.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
Liam, you had a handle. It was right on the top of the head.
just the one handle.
Hit the board!
Oh, Tobias is not a happy bunny.
Oh my lord. The man is angry.
It's unbelievable that a team that's as big as the Sixers going against a team as small as the Celtics, they're losing the offensive rebound battle this March.
Yeah, that's did they call that Celtics ball? I was like, that. Okay, Sixers. I'm
at 4.5 minutes, and the Sixers have not scored a bucket. That is, they have not scored in the last 4.5 minutes.
Oh, I was like, were you a minute ahead of us? I was like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Jordy needs to calm down.
Yeah, his colours are showing. It's the only team I think he's not Philly, but he is, I think, our most loyal fan ever. So we will let him off this time, but he's still enjoying it with us in hostile territory.
Yeah, well, he better show up tomorrow in full orange and black. That's all I'm going to say right now.
Luis Alfonso Blandon Mosquera says, "Comment va?" Now, I don't know what that means, but
Let's find out.
I'm assuming it means, how are you? And I'm going to say,
Probably.
good.
What? Something.
What's the score?
No. What's up?
92
I'm
80.
going to say it's what's up.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to say everything's going good, Luis.
Yeah, thanks for stopping, but I don't know what that is in Spanish? Again, all I know in Spanish is Enrique Iglesias' hero, and we don't want to be going...
Oh, it's Spanish. It's how's it going? going?
Oh, legend!
Because all I know is from Carlos Santana's song Oye Como Va. So that's my That's like the extent of my Spanish. Is Carlos Santana and Enrique Iglesias. Well, mixed with a little bit of Spanish I learned in high school.
Los Lonely Boys.
Oh, there we go. That would do.
I learned some from working in the back at Panera for a while.
That's there we go. We move.
And one, baby.
Can we not Hayward? Like, Hayward, I'm glad you're healthy again, but stop it.
Do you know who I miss on the Celtics, low key? That Aaron Baines, Big Aaron. He was class.
Isn't he on Miami?
Add him to the list of backup centers the Sixers should take a
Love
look at.
him. He was the night. I think I spent more time talking to him than any other Sixers or any player between the Sixers and Celtics when they're in London. Like, he was just lovely.
I thought he was on Miami now. Or what am
No,
I
he's
thinking
in
of?
Phoenix.
There was a former. You know what? I'm thinking of Kelly Olynyk.
He's
Is
unreal.
in Miami, yes. He's still
I was thinking like, those, backups, Celtics centers.
Yeah, backup Celtics centers that can shoot threes. Yeah, no, they're almost the same person. And both long hair, so.
And we got Horford.
Well, Horford, burned us for so many times over the last few years.
For now.
We were like, he'll do great for us.
Listen, this was Elton Brand's long play, all right? Get Horford, use Sacramento wanted him. Trade Horford for Buddy.
Zach, how long is that play?
It's a slow burner, I'm not going to lie.
Minor quibble. Might be in the mud slightly, lads.
What?
It might have all gone wrong.
There it is. This is what the Celtics do to us in the playoffs. They give us the smallest bit of hope, and then it's like, yeet.
I just don't understand it.
I'm yelling on stream
I
again.
don't understand how the Celtics can. Let me rephrase that. I understand how the Celtics can hit transition threes. What I don't understand is why every team can do it but Philadelphia.
Because Philadelphia?
Because we get rid of
Every single player gets worse at shooting when they come here. Al Horford has, Tobias Harris has, Josh Richardson, even Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson had problems when they first showed up.
We get rid of the guys that can shoot, like JJ.
Bellinelli and Ilyasova were my two big ones that I was upset we got rid of.
I was more upset with those two guys. JJ, the money he got from New Orleans, I didn't think that was the Sixers were to offer that up.
He missed out on the playoffs the first time in his career.
He had defensive shortcomings, but I think he would have been worth, what did he get, $13.5 million from New Orleans?
I thought it was more than that, because he got paid pretty handsomely, I thought. I know he got paid like that. It was like nuts for
the 2-year, $500 million deal. So pretty much, $13.25 a year.
I mean, he probably would have been coming off the bench now for us. No, I mean,
honestly, either way, it wouldn't have been bad. I would have loved to have taken him. Money wasn't there.
I was gonna say, is that worth that really bench money? Like that's not really.
I mean, it's like Lou Williams bench money, which I would have been okay with,
Oh, well, how's here?
But especially because as once you're over the cap, you gotta work with whatever money you have. And I don't think they had bird years, meaning they could sign him beyond the cap on Redick. And that's what kind of made things difficult. So if you trade Jimmy Butler to Miami for, say, draft picks, then you can sign J.J. Redick and then sign Horford and then sign Tobias Harris, who had bird years. It's horribly complicated, and there may have been one or two scenarios where you keep him. It wasn't that likely from the get-go.
I was gonna say, didn't they? I mean, the 2 years he was here, wasn't it 2 1-year deals at like 20, 23 million?
I think one was like.
One was 1 year, 23. I think the first year.
and then the other one might have been 20 or something like that.
So I think keeping him, it probably would have been. I think you would have had to pay him like 15 over 2.
I don't know. I mean, he signed that with New Orleans. I think that he would have signed for even less with Philadelphia, to be honest with you. I mean, it's clearly it didn't matter too much in the long run, but there was a thing that he had put out a while ago that his wife was just tired of moving, and they live in New York.
I was gonna say, wait a minute. Then wouldn't he have signed with the Knicks or the Nets? Like,
yeah, exactly.
No
So she was like, look, it's New York, Brooklyn, or Philly. I don't care which one, but you got to pick one of those 3. And then he's like, Philly. Apparently something changed in the next year, and that didn't matter anymore.
And then he's like, listen, honey, New Orleans is offering me this kind of money. I can't say
if that's the thing, I can't imagine what the Sixers even offered. It must have been so paltry, like $6 million or something like that.
Elton's like, we'll give you a bag of balls.
Yeah.
And a nice parking spot.
I disagree with Wahab saying just put ball in basket, not difficult. I mean, if Brett Brown did that, I think we might have a different game on our hands. I mean, that was his mentality.
We can't do it.
Listen, that's getting close to Ollie level of in-depth analysis.
Oh no,
there.
Kevin's just replied to me on Twitter.
Brett Brown not being an X's and O's coach. If he just told them put ball in basket, we're looking at a different game right now.
To be fair to
That is
Kev,
true.
he's just retweeted me saying more like 10-9 8-point lead, and I was like, God's sake, that was
He's
outstanding.
not wrong on that one.
Oh my.
Jordy, there should be a way for you to turn the camera off, mate. As far as I'm aware, like it asks you what you want to see, or not what you want to see, but
You can turn off the camera. Much.
So you can join without video.
Ready for this? No video. I'm gone.
oh, it's 10. It's 10.
Oh my god.
It's 10. 10-point lead, more like stop. There you go. That showed him. That showed him.
Liam, that was you were reaching for that one. weren't
I love it. Like that's just anti-humor is the best humor.
10. Stop.
10, more like stop it right now.
That's it.
Oh man, why are they giving them towels? They should say you're not allowed to have a towel until you score more points. And then Embiid can sit there wiping himself and they're already jealous, going, oh, why is he not all sweaty anymore? Then he'll get fired up, go out, score points. See, this is where Brett Brown's going wrong. I make a list of things I've observed of why I could be a better coach than Brett Brown. Very much like Elliot's tweet about why you could do the home run. And that was the best tweet I've seen in forever, and he's getting so much flack for it. It's so sad.
Oh, boy.
Bless him.
Liam's probably going. Does not say "wef."
Does not say, yeah, literally. Like Brett would get so many more
He
calls.
seems like the kind of guy that would say Wef.
If you get every player to
He's-
just go
listen,
where.
He's from Boston. He might say it.
He's from Australia. I mean,
Australia.
It's not even.
He's a Australian homeless man, or an Australian guy that looks like he stayed too late at happy hour.
I'll tell you, they always have those before and afters of like when U.S. presidents take office, and you can see like the toll it takes. Like you can see that with Obama. You can see that with Brett Brown. I mean, from when he started to now, he's spent, and he just needs to take a season off from all NBA action. I said.
I was gonna say, was it last year when his beard was basically just like Santa Claus?
Yeah.
And he was just like, I was like, I can dig that, but I'm also like, is Brett taking care of himself?
Yeah. Is he okay? It doesn't seem like he's okay.
Someone want to check on him. Just sit out.
Not hurt. Hayward.
Yeah, I think I just jinxed Hayward.
Timo's just tweeted saying, breaking news, the Celtics have forfeited the series against the Sixers after YouTube personality Liam Jenkins told them to stop. Congratulations, Sixers. Moving on to the next round.
Hey, that's unprecedented. But,
It's amazing. Love
That's
it.
amazing.
Jordy, how are you, mate? Oh, was he there? Oh, he's muted. Oh, Kemp's not happy because Timo's stolen his thunder. But that was... I read that's the best joke of the night, I reckon, so far. Right, 10 minutes, right, it's okay. Some say a 10-0 lead is the most dangerous lead in basketball.
There it is.
Come on,
Nobody
boys.
else over 15 for the Sixers. Tobias Harris has been at 13 since, I'm pretty sure, halftime. I don't know that he has a second half
Oh,
bucket.
Wef, there you go.
Oh, you're killing me.
Zach, I think he heard you.
There we, see, now we
Still
move.
just sitting around, so I hope he did, because I haven't even gotten there yet.
Need a bucket. Let's get a bucket. Get a bucket. We'll take it.
Now we move. See, I told you, 10 is the most dangerous lead in basketball. No one listens to me.
Oh, alright, he got a foul. I'll take that.
Oh, they're not showing the other free throw. They're just showing Kawhi Leonard warming up.
I mean, that is more important. Definitely not affecting, the balance of a first game of a playoff series here.
Listen, I'm so convinced he put magnets in the ball. Quadruple doink my butt.
Some stupid stuff.
I still say they had a ghost that got that ball in. That's my word.
Well,
theory.
the refs couldn't notice Kawhi taking 5 steps before he.
Well, that's, yeah.
Big facts.
Again, it is the NBA, not college ball.
Oh, go on. Might as well
Why
score.
not? Zach, I'd expect some level of compensate.
Where?
That's too much.
Wef, that was Wuff. That's another. That's all right. That's another bunch of free throws. There we go.
They all turn into W's, Liam.
Oh, we should have had the web counter for this game.
Wef, no. So yeah. So there's a grading scale, Zach. I'm not sure I told you. I should have given you a PDF guide. All right. So there's.
We're inside in the PowerPoint presentation before the live stream.
Yeah.
Do I have an FAQ to for all the web grades?
All right. So we've got Wef, which is like that's bad. Like ref, like Wef, right?
Yeah.
Then there's you get a louder Wef. You're like Wef, right? That's a bad Wef. Then there's Wef, that's Wuff, which is ref. Sort it out. That was what are you doing, ref? Come on, do something. Then there's Wef, that's Wuffer than a Wuff man's beard, which is it's really rough. Something's got to happen. Then there's Wef, that's Wuffer than a Wuff man's Wuff beard, and that is the pinnacle of.
Okay.
That's a red card. That's an ejection. It's get out of here. We're not having it.
So I still say that's more wefs than last stream.
I think. Oh, hang on. Go on. I told you, look. See, 10-point lead. It's the most dangerous lead in basketball.
Okay, we missed a shot. Now we move. And I can already get excited because something exciting is happening.
I got 141 left, 97, 101. What do you guys?
I'm at 202.
1.
Bucket. Bucket. Rebound.
Thank God Tice can't shoot threes, man.
Okay, come on.
Oh, the
This
scenes.
is the point of the game where I get really intense for everyone watching because no one knows me, but this is what happens.
Jared, no, I would never know.
Justin, technically we have never watched a game together. We've been on a
Whoa.
Zoom call for games together, but we've never watched a game together.
Oh my
Wef.
God. That
Not good.
was ridiculous.
This. Oh, bloody.
And the Oscar goes to.
Oh, is it like that? Where? Who am I watching?
I mean Justin are legit at the same time. This is incredible. I feel like this is a proper watch along now, and it's not like.
If I see Josh Richardson bounce past one more jumping pass, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, Kemba, come on, man. That was soft. That was softer than 2-ply, man. Come on.
I need to stop tweeting about the Sixers. I've lost like 4
That's
followers
not a
tonight.
foul.
Yeah, that's softer than 2-ply, fellas.
See that?
I'm surprised Brooke Brown didn't challenge that. To be honest with you,
Can you?
but you can. I thought you can challenge fouls. Can you not?
I thought it was like kind of like with
your possession.
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
only
like
possession.
I thought it was like a certain review, like certain plays, like in like hockey or soccer, like certain plays are reviewable, certain types. I mean, I haven't seen much reviews in the NBA lately, but
Also,
thought it
it's
was-
like there's also a time limit, so I don't know if it's like you're in the last 2 minutes, so it's like
Oh, doesn't
matter.
matter. Yeah, this automatically goes up if they choose to or not.
Come on. Oh!
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
I was really
Yeah.
going for a ball on the line situation there, but it didn't happen.
There we go.
Everything's okay. Right now, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Some say a 10-point lead is the most dangerous lead in all of basketball.
I expect nothing less than 3 here.
Liam, what are you, an old witch in a fairy tale?
This is literally what.
Go on, Jay Rich!
What?
Yeah, come on.
Damn it.
There's that J-Rich 3.
That was perfect. Look at that. Get in, lad.
It's so soft.
Oh no, Isaac tweeted me saying, and someone said 2-point lead is the most dangerous lead in soccer, yet Charlton lost that game. Which one? Which one do you want to start with?
That doesn't provide a lot of context.
That's an evergreen. That's an
Over
evergreen
a
tweet.
single offensive foul throwing these elbows left and right.
Right, it's okay. It's okay. Right. Mon the boys. Mon guard.
Why does Brad Stevens look like he should be a manager at a Best Buy?
I kind of see it like a PetSmart.
Did that?
He seems like pets.
Where?
Maybe like a top here city.
Ladies,
I can see it being a Walmart manager.
Wait, ladies Foot Locker. I can see that.
You ladies will lock it.
I don't like that I'm not hearing cheering.
Oh. It's all right. The Wefs come good. Right.
That he has. I've got to that point now. But it's the fact that we had possession and no one cheered that was worrying me.
Oh. Nah, everything's not dead yet. So that.
That had to be on the more.
It's super squeaky.
Oh, Wef! Oh.
As I said earlier, whenever it's the Celtics, it's always squeaky bum time.
Oh, what's going on there? Sort them out. Now what's Wef? Oh.
I love it, Mr. Fire. Bed Bath and Beyond is more his fit. I could definitely see that.
What about Brad Bath and Beyond? No? Alright, I'll save it till tomorrow. Never mind.
I'll give you that one, Leo. That was just corny enough.
I love how there's been a late surge of the Wef count out of nowhere. Like, it's just come from like... What was that, Jordy? Oh. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? I'm just playing Hello Tennis at this point. I'm waiting for the... Just waiting for the return.
I hate this.
Can't believe you can post game for me.
First takeaway. Why Al Horford?
Second takeaway.
First
Wef, that's
takeaway,
Wef. Wef, that's Wef.
This one's gonna be Wef.
It's gonna just be Wef.
What did Timor do?
Oh god, I don't know. Why am I being told to look at Twitter? That's not good.
I'm done. Oh, what? Holy moly, Kyle or Kai? So what on earth?
That's never a good sign. Oh,
Do we even want to look?
I don't know. Oh, we hit 20 likes, which means that the Sixers have to win somehow, right? That's the rules. We don't make them.
It's 20 likes, but I don't know if they're gonna win.
They might do. We can only pray.
I'm not seeing anything from Timor other than the last thing he did was the Celtics. Was the thing that we were all laughing about earlier.
Name redacted replies, Liam.
There's only one name redacted in the universe. The rest are imitators. People trying to steal my name. Huh?
Where's the name redacted?
Oh, it's on a Twitter thread where Timor's trying to. There is only, it's like the One Ring. There is one name redacted to rule them all, and the darkness bind them. All right, I don't make the rules. Right, 5 points. Oh, it might be 6 here. I want this. Oh god.
Well, it was fun.
Nah, some say a 6-point lead is the most dangerous lead in all of basketball.
16 seconds left. Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah?
it's more than 15. Maybe it's more than 16 seconds.
Nah, I worry about
How many did Reggie Miller score in like 9 seconds?
that.
Name a single player on the Sixers roster that can do that.
Alec Burks.
That also has the defense in order to produce that moment.
That doesn't exist.
You might be have a better chance of finding a unicorn.
If you can somehow combine Thibault and Alec Burks, you might have it.
Thybergs?
Yeah, Thibault.
Oh.
I wish I waited until wasted this whole bottle of wine in the first 3 quarters.
Good
Back when life was good. You know?
job. I've got a whole bottle of Sauvignon Blanc to get me through.
I wouldn't if you paid me.
It's only been here 3 days, man. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh,
3 days. 3 days just covered with a piece of paper.
Yeah, I had a cereal like box kind of over the top of it for a bit as well. I thought that'll be alright. It's fine, mate.
I saw something. If you don't have a cork, you can use a carrot.
Ah, right. I'm going shopping tomorrow then.
I mean, I just chose to drink the rest of the bottle. But I guess a carrot would have worked too.
Hey, better safe than sorry, Zach.
Oh yeah, you just gotta make sure, you don't want it to spill or anything like that or go bad,
So Liam, are you prepared for back-to-back days of Flyer streams?
Yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing like a kangaroo on PCP.
Have they said what time Game 5 is? I don't think I've heard officials.
Not yet.
But they waited till 10 p.m.
10 minutes before tip-off. Oh yeah, they're going in a minute. They're starting in a minute.
Yeah, like the night before, 10 p.m. They're like
7:30. 7:30.
I was gonna say, was it the Tampa game? They're like, oh yeah, 10 p.m. Oh yeah, it's at 7:30 tomorrow night.
Yeah, but Kai, it can't be name redacted if it's currently a thing. That's not a name redacted. Name redacted is like she must not be named for obvious reasons. That's a name enabled, if anything. Oh, that's not talking of enabled. That's not good. Ah.
You gotta remember, anyone from the Twitch streams knows what you're talking about.
Exactly. What's it? Joe Nemechek says, guess the Celtics have a tough lineup. I saw the score. I think the Celtics think they're going to win. Sixers are going to win. Excuse me, I have a YouTube channel named Joe Nemechek. It's pretty small. Can you please subscribe? Out of context, that does sound a bit dodgy, Joe. But, what is it you do? This is your bid, alright? You can win us over. Well, what's on the chat? What can we expect from Joe Nemechek, if I probably pronounced that wrong? The simple answer... We will subscribe if you tell us that a 10-point lead is the most dangerous. It's a 9-point lead currently, so we're almost at the most dangerous lead in basketball. Get to that with 10 seconds to go.
It's not the most dangerous league.
Oh, it is.
I'm saying the last 10 seconds are the most dangerous 2 minutes of the game.
Liam has said it. It is in existence now.
That's it.
the way it works.
Again, I don't, come up with the rules around here.
I think bigger than the loss is me having to hear it from Steve until game 2.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, no. Slack's going to be unbearable for the next, 2 days?
Yeah, we may have to kick him.
It's for the best.
Yeah, it probably is.
He did nothing wrong.
Who's Steve?
No.
Oh,
It's precautionary, man.
now the flag's falling down.
Said Rudy Gobert wasn't good at defense. I'm still staying on
No,
that.
it's fine. It's coming down. It's fine. It's fine. It's coming down.
Well,
it's that time.
Well, Zach, it's I mean, come on, that's true. Rudy Gobert can't defend, coronavirus from his own teammates.
Oh, no.
Rather coronavirus teammates.
Oh no. Oh dear.
So, that's right. I went there.
Trying to defend. He is a good defender, though he's not an ideal playoff center. He did not try to defend his teammates when Kroger though. That was
No,
that was the best offense that he's ever played in his life.
I was gonna say, yeah, he went on the offensive there.
Right. Well, that's at the end of the game. They lost by 8, so it wasn't 9 or 10, which was the most dangerous. See, they did call it down from the most dangerous lead in basketball. But immediate thoughts. We'll go to Zach first. How are you feeling up? Did you expect a loss in game 1?
I mean, I'm okay with a loss in game 1 because it's all about how the Sixers react now. We made them bleed, which means that this will actually be a series. It's not going to be the sweep that many of the nationwide writers feel that it's going to be, or I don't even think it'll be a 5-game series. I think it's going to go at least 6. I'm going to stick with it. Sixers in 6. You saw the formula. Brett Brown has to stick with it. For some reason, Brett Brown never sticks with the formula that works. So if he does that, I'm still confident in Sixers in 6.
All right, Justin, what about you, mate? How are you feeling after witnessing the most dangerous lead in basketball?
I think they showed flashes of what they do best, but I gotta go with Zach. Brett just does not. He doesn't deviate from a certain plan, even when it calls for a change. And I mean, I want to believe that this is going to go at least 6, but I got to see Brett make some changes early in game 2 before I can definitively say that I think it's going to go 6.
That's fair. Jared, you look a bit upset.
Yeah,
The flag's
I'm
gone.
frustrated. like even when we were winning by what was it, 10? It didn't feel safe. Like it is like I feel like whenever we play the Celtics, like no lead feels safe. And like we beat them 3 times in the regular season. We got to the playoffs. We're like, how do we beat them? I don't know. Let's just go play. No, like I don't know. It's very annoying. I hate playing the Celtics. I'll say it a million times. I've said it a million times. I'll say it a million more. But it's like we just need to get our crap together and come back. I don't know. I don't have any better insight than I'm annoyed.
Yeah, and do we want to ask the one Celtics fan in the Zoom call how he's feeling? Jordy, how are you? Do we need to ask?
Yeah.
How are you feeling, mate?
I predicted earlier that if Tatum, Hayward, and Brown all had a big game, it's the Celtics' game to lose, and I was right.
Very true. Yeah, there wasn't much they could do without Simmons.
Tatum and Brown both had big games, but then Hayward kind of went on the downside.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game too. But a massive thank you to everyone for tuning in to tonight's stream. I know you've had some new faces. Joe, we might have a little subscribe, mate. We'll have a little look. I'll see what you're doing. We hit 20 likes. Love you guys. You've been absolutely amazing. I know we were a bit late to tonight's stream. There is a video coming up in the next probably half an hour that's ready to go. Because of that, though, so to all of the Twitch crew that have come through again in the clutch, and to everyone else that is stuck with us through thick and thin, and to our lovely co-hosts, to Jared and Justin and Jordy for joining us. Thank you to you guys. It's nice to see you all again.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, always a fun time.
And I'm sure we'll see you tomorrow for the Flyers game.
I'll be a little late because I work until 3:30, but
I work from home, so I'll definitely have the tablet set up next to the computer.
Ideal. So yeah, we're gonna make like a banana and split, and that's gonna be the end of our watch along stream. Guys, just thank you for being so amazing. And we're not streaming. I don't know what the Magic game. No, we're not streaming that because we're not a Magic channel. Although